Good morning, John Cowan with another Monday morning real estate message. We are still in the month of July and it's still hot, and so is the real estate market. Had several closings last week, which was great, which means our activity is now culminating through the complete process of buying and selling a home. So, back in March and April, we were doing a lot of preparation, getting ready to get ready. Then we had showings, then we had contracts, then we had loan approval. So the whole process typically can take 30 to 45 days. And we are now getting our closings and now going into the second round of buyers and sellers, putting houses on the market and looking to purchase. Today, I wanted to talk about one of the most critical issues on every real estate transaction, and that is the condition of your home. So what do I mean by that? So here's the subject matter today. Do you know what you need to do before putting your home on the market? So we start with the condition of the home. So do you know what condition your condition is in? Hey folks, I go back to the 60s with my music, and there was a song, and that was the phrase from the song. Do you know what condition your condition is in? So on your home, it can make or break the sale for obvious reasons. It can also determine how we sell your home and what will our buyer market be. Could it be a first-time home buyer? What is a first-time home buyer looking for from a condition standpoint? That's totally different than a move-up buyer who has already done this before and might be willing to accept some things that aren't pristine. What happens if we have too many conditional issues and we are forced to sell to an investor or to a retail buyer, but on an as-is basis? You can't do anything. I generally feel that all of my clients can do something because of the guidance that I give them, and it doesn't have to be a big budget. And it sometimes doesn't have to be a budget at all, but there are certain things that we can do to improve the condition before we go on market. So the basic condition, you've got to look at prioritizing the critical issues. And you can also look at updating, you can look at the current design trends, you can look at all these things, and you go nuts. How much is too much? That depends on your home and what our opportunities are to hit the market with your budget, with your capabilities, etc. You may hear a phrase, you certainly hear it from me, standard of the neighborhood. That's a phrase that appraisers use. Is your home in the condition of the rest of the homes in your neighborhood? If you have a converted garage on a smaller home, is that the standard of the neighborhood? It may be. But if you have a converted garage in a $400,000 neighborhood, you're not going to sell your home, okay? At least not for the value that you may want. So there are so many different conditions. So how do you start? Where do I start? You start with letting me lead you step by step through the process. So here are the things that I like to look at. You determine the critical items. What do I call critical items? Let me give you an idea. FHA is a type of mortgage loan. A lot of first-time home buyers use that. A lot of people use it. FHA has different requirements than a conventional mortgage. FHA is stricter for some of the exterior condition issues. So I will look at your home and determine, do we have FHA condition issues, rotted wood, paint peeling, things of that nature. And we must attack those first, or we lose FHA buyers, or we'll get an FHA buyer, but the lender will force you to do those repairs before they'll give the loan and be able to close. So anyway, it can get a little complex, but I'll look at basic items like that so that we can determine who we can sell to. The big five. The big five, what are they? The roof over your head, the foundation under your feet, the HVAC, which is an absolute requirement in here in Texas, the electrical, and the plumbing. Okay? Those big 5 items, I personally, when I buy a property for myself, for rental, to renovate, I don't care about the cosmetics. I don't care about the updating. I don't care about the renovation of moving walls around. If the structure isn't there, I look at that immediate cost as a deterrent for me even buying the property. Meaning, if I have to spend $5,000 to $8,000 on a roof, if I need to spend 3 to 5, 10 or more on a foundation, changing out an electrical panel that may not be in good condition can be anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 or more. Plumbing, if we have old cast iron plumbing under a house and there are possible leaks that can create foundation problems. There's so many different items that are intertwined to the big 5. And then of course, the plumbing aspect as well. And so we look at those items to determine what those conditions are, because they will be found out, okay? A buyer, when they go under contract, has the right, and they take the right, to inspect the home. And that is a certified professional licensed inspector who does a general inspection. And he will look at all of these items and make recommendations to the buyer as to what they need to do. So you can get into some inexpensive renovations that can really drastically improve the value, and they're little things. And so you can change the lighting, you can change plumbing fixtures in your bathrooms, you can do some touch-up paint, you can do little things that will drastically improve our marketability. So how do we start? Again, my guidance, my professional guidance, as someone who has been doing real estate for over 40 years, someone who has renovated, someone who has appealed to the market with a presentation of houses for various homes, from the small homes to $1 million properties. And they all go back to certain core principles of condition, and it makes a huge difference, folks. You want the biggest bang for your buck, and so you may think that you can do certain things and that's going to make a difference. I might suggest something different. I might have some other ideas on your particular home that will make a larger impact because of the type of buyers that we will be looking for. So these are the critical things to look at every home differently. And if it's painting a front door, if it's a new garage door, some of these items are not big ticket items, but they can make thousands of dollars of difference and shorter marketing time, so that we can attract the most buyers and get the best price for your home. I'm John Cowan with today's Monday Real Estate Moment and Message. And folks, I have a website you can go to. It is johncowanproperties.com. And let me give you my cell phone number, same number for over 25 years. I've been here in Dallas, 214-697-1146. Thank you, and until next week's Monday Real Estate Message, have a great one.